This is Paul. Yeah. Um, Throughout my traffic stop, yes, I called the policeman officer. All law enforcement officers are required to go to a training academy of some sort. After this training, they have earned a title and like to hear it used. For his part, he continued to call me sir. This worked to a very collegial atmosphere. Now, it's really nice, yeah, that this individual had this experience. Yes. And then this was a great victory. Phew. The officer rode away thinking that concealed carried people are solid citizens, even lawyers. Now, there seemed to be some sort of discussion about my obligation to do certain things, right? And your obligation to enforce those rights. Yes. Now, these cameras that automatically record events in front of and inside the vehicles provide a mountain of grist for reality shows and some surprise defenses. For every time that you did speak to me, could you get me the camera that was in your patrol car? Yes. January 4th of 2016. Transporting me across county lines on September 19th of 2017. Oh. And then just stopping to see and everything's okay. Yeah. I'm going to want the video and the audio of each of our discussions where you said, yes, if I had a problem, I should talk to the public defender's office. Yes. But my problem was the public defender wouldn't admit the evidence that I was on the bus that morning. Yes. And I was in the library on December 31st of 2015. And then you said, well, we're going to prosecute. And I said I wanted all the audio and video of every camera, yes, of every uniform in the United States and all your patrol vehicles. Oh. Now let's say you're there. Yes, you're in the patrol car watching a video. And your camera's on or off. Did you say anything in the patrol vehicle you didn't want me to? Oh my gosh, you said that about me? See, shortly after Missouri's concealed law went into effect, a mid-Missouri doctor was pulled over suspiciously, driving safer than normal. The officer approached the car aggressively, shouting he knew she had a concealed weapon. He demanded the gun. The doctor politely replied that she did not have it that day. Officer said that gave him probable cause to search her car. Did nothing of the kind. One has a right to go unarmed. I went unarmed from my whole life. I never had a concealed permit. I never purchased a gun, which I never had a weapon. Now, police officers cannot know all the laws they are called on to enforce, and some latitude for honest mistakes should be granted. But after 990,000 hours of making documentation, exactly how much latitude should you have as law enforcement? Thoughtful founding fathers have established a vast legal apparatus for the education of the obstinate and abusive. It's unpatriotic not to use it. Yes. Now, I haven't really thought of myself as a patriot. Yeah. But I thought this was a real powerful statement. Yes. The thoughtful founding fathers have established a vast legal apparatus for the education of the obstinate and abusive. It is unpatriotic not to use it. Now, this jailhouse lawyer, yes, where you said I was someplace when I wasn't, right? Where you wanted to talk to me for the last 8 years without any jurisdiction of law, yeah. Where you said I was in Jefferson County when I wasn't. See, just yesterday I gave you some screen prints, yes, of where you could find the evidence that I was sitting in front of the Masonic Temple on June 16th of 2017. It seems that you're not really concerned about the number of minutes that I've spent communicating with you. Yes. But it looks to me, yes, that that there is the availability of a mountain of grist, nationwide blessing, popular pastor recording police officers. I've never intentionally tried to film any police officer. No. But I'll tell you this right now. You've wasted 1,000,000 minutes of my life because you refuse to acknowledge the due process requirements of the Fifth Amendment. Now, that doesn't include the time in jail. No. Doesn't include the time that you issued a warrant for my arrest for failure to appear. Yes. Where it looks like you had to give me 5 judicial days before having a court hearing. Yes. It doesn't look like the minutes that I spent in court hearings without jurisdiction of law. See, every time I traveled from here to Jefferson County and back, yes, it took me all day. There's all the amounts of time that I've spent in court, yes, in court hearings, yes, talking to lawyers, yes, talking to police and sheriff's departments right now, and at $1 trillion for 1,000,000 minutes of just what I've been doing in my personal life. I'm going to want every minute that I spent in court, Judge Landis. I'm going to want every minute that I spent with you, Jack Range. Yes. I'm going to want all the minutes that I spent with Bruce Hannafy. Oh, she does. And then I'm going to want all the time I spent with Stan Myers as my public defender, yes, in 2012. Now, just adding up the total amount of minutes that I've been obligated to spend with attorneys, yes, that I've spent with judges, yes, that I've spent with law enforcement, yes, we're going to be over that 1,000,000 minutes, yes, and then I'm going to take that, I'm going to divide it into $1 trillion, yes, and I'm going to sue every oath badge and attorney for their equal portion and share of all the money.